effective forms of contraception are collectively known as the LARCs, and you will see this in articles as capital LARCS. There are 4 of these methods, and it is perhaps worth taking a moment to look at each. The first is something called Depo-Provera, which is an injection inserted into the upper arm intramuscularly every 12 weeks. This is a method that has been around for a long time and is highly effective, but is becoming less popular now as the other methods have been produced. The next method to consider is the intrauterine system, and that most popularly used is the Mirena. This is a plastic T-shaped device that is inserted into the uterus and has progesterone on the downward stem, which gradually infuses into the endometrium. The copper intrauterine device is the next LARC method, and these are usually T-shaped devices inserted into the uterus, and they can last anywhere between 5 and 10 years depending on the device. The final method is the subdermal implant called Nexplanon, and this is a device that is about the size of a small hair grip and is inserted with the use of local anaesthetic into the upper arm. These are then the most effective 4 methods, but they are not 100% effective. There is a wide variety of choice for really effective methods, but if you're looking for the most effective, go for the LARCs. When you go to see a health professional for consultation and contraception, you should expect the person you see to be welcoming, caring, and very ready to listen to what you have to say, and the consultation should be unhurried. They will need to ask you some questions, and will probably start with asking you what form of contraception you're currently using, if you are, and what you like about it and what you don't. It is important to look at the past gynaecological history, and in particular the nature of the periods you have. Equally important is the questions about your sexual history, because this is relevant to choosing one form of contraception or not. So it is important, for example, if you've had chlamydia or similar, that this is discussed at this consultation. Once the history's been taken and you've been given opportunity to ask any questions or give any information that hasn't come to light, then it is usually appropriate to have an examination, and this should be carried out with a chaperone present, with your dignity respected and maintained throughout. Once all that is finished and you're sitting back down again, the doctor should then put on the table, as it were, the methods of contraception from a medical perspective that would be suitable for you to consider. Approachability is really important, and I would suggest that you look for an open access type of arrangement, so that if you have any problems you can get back in touch with your specialist. Otherwise, a follow-up appointment is needed for contraception once it's started. So, for example, for any intrauterine devices, a follow-up at 6 weeks will be appropriate, and for hormonal methods, a follow-up at 3 months. Fortunately, contraception is widely available. Pharmacies do provide services, including the provision of condoms, and some also can provide emergency contraception. If you're looking towards a doctor or a nurse to provide you with services, then it would be helpful to look to see if they've got a contraceptive qualification. So therefore, you can get services at your GP surgery, at family planning clinics and sexual health clinics. Fortunately, therefore, the provision of contraception is widely available.